If you're a B2B company trying to convert cold prospects into paying clients, you're facing a critical choice: cold email, cold calling, or social media. Pick wrong and you'll burn budget and time. Pick right and you'll build a pipeline machine. I'm Kevin Patrick, and in the next 5 minutes, I'll show you exactly which channel matches your situation. Let's start with cold emailing. Picture this. You send 1,000 cold emails. 300 never reach the inbox. Of the 700 that do, maybe 50 people reply. Sounds brutal, right? But here's why email still dominates B2B outreach. $42 return every dollar spent. No other channel comes close. The catch? The game has changed completely. Your emails are fighting spam filters that have gotten ruthless. Right now, 30% of B2B cold emails are getting killed before anyone sees them. Next, cold calling. Everyone at one point said cold calling was dead. Then something unexpected happened. It came back stronger than ever. Why? Because while everyone else is hiding behind emails or social media, the phone gives you something no other channel can: instant answers. Let's say, for example, you make 100 calls. You connect with about 16 people. Of those conversations, maybe 4 or 5 turn into some form of meeting. We're looking at about a 4-5% success rate. And honestly, it has been climbing. But here's what most people miss. 57% of C-level and VP level buyers actually prefer phone calls over digital outreach. They just have one condition: you better be prepared. And that's where most reps fail. 82% of decision makers say salespeople are unprepared when they make calls. And lastly, we're looking at cold messaging via social media. Imagine getting a message from a stranger. Before you even read it, you can see their face, their job history, their connections, their recent activity. That's why LinkedIn changes the game. It's the trust channel. Prospects don't have to wonder if you're legit. They can verify you instantly. And the results show it. LinkedIn DMs get an average of 10.3% reply rates. In-mails, the premium feature, hit 18 to 25%. Compare that to the industry standards of emails at, say, sub 1%. But LinkedIn has handcuffs. You can only send 20 to 25 connection requests per day. Sales Navigator gives you 50 to 100 in-mails per month. So every message has high opportunity cost. Now, let's talk money. These channels have radically different cost structures. So with cold email, the cost per lead is anywhere from $30 to $50. The ROI can be up to 10,000% when done right. The scaling effort is low because automation handles volume. Cold calling, the cost per lead is generally in the region of $300 to $500. The fully loaded cost as a sales call, you've got salary and overhead tools, runs to between $225 to over $1,000 per lead. The scaling effort is high. You need more reps, you need more training. LinkedIn is a variable cost. In-mails run around $1.60 each. ROI is high for targeted high-ticket deals, but scaling requires manual effort. Now let's talk about complexity. Each channel has a different complexity profile. Email is high technical barrier. You're setting up SPF, DKM, DMARC, domain reputation, warm-up sequences. But once it's automated, the human labor is low. With calling, it's low technical barrier. You pick up the phone, but human labor is massive. Coaching, scripting, dialing time. A full-time SDR makes, say, $45 to $60 per day and connecting with people if they're lucky. LinkedIn is middle ground. Moderate technical setup, moderate labor. You're researching profiles, crafting personal messages, navigating platform limits. Now, here's the resource breakdown. So with email, you need infrastructure investment up front. Calling needs headcount, and LinkedIn needs patience and precision. So let's look at some high-level benchmarks and results. With email, out of 100 emails you send, you probably see about 28 people will open it. Of those, 5 to 9 should reply. It sounds low, but remember, you can send thousands, you can scale this very, very quickly. And if you're in the top quartile, using timeline hooks and proper targeting like we do at Asterisk, you'll hit 15 to 25% plus reply rate. The win here is volume and precision. You're playing a numbers game at scale. With calling, out of 100 dials, you most likely connect with 5 to 10 people. Maybe of those conversations, you may book 4, 5, 6 calls. Top performers who research properly, they're hitting 15% conversion on conversations. The average call lasts 93 seconds, so bear in mind that's all the time you have to earn the next step. Now with LinkedIn, you can send about 100 connection requests, or based on 100 connection requests, you're getting about 30 that gets accepted. Once you're connected and send a message, about 10 to 15 people of those will reply. If you're using InMail, you can hit 18 to 25% response rate because you're reaching people who you haven't connected with yet. Before we get into the ROI and making your choice to subscribe to the channel, we share content like this every week. Which channel should you actually pick? Let me break this down based on what you're actually trying to accomplish. Go with email if you need scale and automation. Email works across all levels, from managers to VPs and directors, as long as your message is sharp. Cost per lead, it can vary, but say $30 to $50 per lead. And when you nail the setup and your messaging, infrastructure, everything, you're looking at around $42 back for every dollar you spend. One person can manage hundreds of conversations simultaneously. You can test different segments, different hooks, different industries, all at the same time. That's the power of automation. The trade-off, you do need to invest in the technical infrastructure upfront, domain setup, authentication, warm-up sequences, the skill of copywriting, list building, etc. But once it's running, typically scale effortlessly. Go with calling if you need immediate feedback and complex conversations. This is where calling shines, when you're dealing with complex solutions that need back and forth dialogue, when objections need to be handled in real time, and when you need to test messaging super fast. A skilled rep can validate your pitch in one afternoon. The cost per lead is typically a lot higher, $300 to $500, and you generally need actual human headcount. But what you're buying is speed and depth. Plus, as I said before, 57% of senior buyers actually prefer the phone. Calling works especially well for high-ticket deals where the conversation itself is part of the value demonstration. Now, with LinkedIn, go with it if credibility is critical to yourself. You're targeting senior decision makers who are active on the platform. Your industry values thought leadership. Your product requires significant trust before anyone will take a meeting. LinkedIn gives you higher response rates, anywhere from 10 to 25%, but to way lower volume. You can only send 20 to 25 connection requests per day. Each message matters more. It's a quality play, not a quantity play, unless you buy lots of accounts and scale it. The platform itself provides social proof. Prospects can vet you before responding, and that's why it works so well for relationship-driven, high-ticket sales. So the bottom line, email for scale, calling for conversion, LinkedIn for trust. If you're going the email route, watch this video to write emails that get responses, or check out this one where I reveal the exact system we use to land 7 new clients and $150K in ARR in 60 days. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.